Hello viewers, welcome again to my next lecture, that is lecture number 3 of the GATE 2021 online series. This is the section number 2, Applied Mechanics and Design and Module Engineering Mechanics, which I am taking. I myself, Professor Hemant Sharma, working in Department of Mechanical Engineering and working in a very renowned institute of Indore, Prestige Institute of Engineering Management and Research. This is my short profile, as you have already seen in my last lectures. Today is my lecture number 3, and the content which I am covering in these lectures are all the numerical parts, but not the equilibrium conditions. I am taking the non-equilibrium conditions. That is, we will find the resultant of the forces, maybe the resultant of two forces or more than two forces, concurrent or maybe non-concurrent, as well as we will be finding the direction of the resultant. So let's start with the example number 1, that if two forces of 100 Newton and 150 Newton respectively are acting simultaneously at a point, what is the resultant of these two forces if the angle between them is 45 degree? So students, this is the example of concurrent forces. Both the forces which are acting at a single point, that is 100 Newton and 150 Newton, and the angle between them is 45 degree. So finding the resultant of these two forces, the formula of the resultant of two forces acting at an angle of theta, let us assume that first force is taking the variable as forces as variable, then first force as F1 and second force as F2. Then the magnitude of the resultant will be find out by the formula under root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta. We are not concerned here with the derivation part, but this formula came from the derivation. So here F1 is equal to 100 Newton and F2 is equal to 150 Newton, and the angle between both the forces, that is theta, is equal to 45 degree. Applying the formula of the force resultant, we got the result as under root of 100 square plus 150 square plus 2 into 100 and into 150 multiplied by cos of the angle, that is 45 degree. The answer will be coming in newtons, and then we will solve the further the numerical part. The formula proceeding further, we get under root of the whole value, which is equal to 232 Newton. Okay, you can solve by yourself and can check the results also. Proceeding further towards the example number 2, if two forces act at an angle of 120 degree, the bigger force is 40 Newton and the resultant is perpendicular to the smaller one. Find the smaller force. So here, what are the variables given, or say constants given? F1 bigger force, let's take the bigger force as F1, that is 40 Newton, and angle between both the forces, that is angle AOC, is equal to 120 degree, and the resultant is making the angle of 90 degree with second force, that is angle BOC. Now if we have to find the angle between resultant and first force, or say bigger force, then the angle will be 120 minus 90 degree, that is equal to 30 degree. And applying the formula that the tan alpha is equal to F2 sin theta upon F1 plus F2 cos theta. Here also we are not concerned with the derivation part, but this is the formula which is derived and came. That is, here alpha is equal to 30 degree, F2 is equal F2, we have to find the value of F2, and the value of the F1, that is bigger force, is 40 Newton. Applying the values in the formula, we get tan 30 degree is equal to F2 sin 120 degree upon 40 plus F2 cos 120 degree. Sin 120 degree is equivalent to sin 60 degree, because the value of sin in first and second quadrant are positive. And the value of cos 120 degree is equal to minus of cos 60 degree, because 120 degree comes in second quadrant, and in second quadrant cos of any angle will be negative. So tan 30 degree is equal to 0.577, sin 60 degree is equal to 0.866, and Cos of 60 degrees is equal to 0.5. Solving the whole question here further, we get the value of F2 is equal to 20 Newton. Okay, proceeding further. Before proceeding further, I request all the viewers that if you are enjoying my lectures, GATE lectures, and if you want to see my further lectures and get the notification, then please subscribe my channel as well as press the bell icon too. Okay, student, moving forward towards the next part of this lecture, that we have to find the resultant of non-concurrent forces. Up till now, we have seen the four examples in which the forces are concurrent. Here we are seeing the non-concurrent forces, but all the cases are of coplanar forces. So students, moving forward toward the next example, that is our triangle ABC has its sides AB is equal to 40 Newton. Along positive x-axis and side BC is equal to 30 Newton. Along positive y-axis, three forces of 40 Newton, 10, 50 Newton and 30 Newton act along the sides AB, BC and CA respectively. Determine the magnitude of the resultant of such a system of forces. The given question part is also drawn below, and in the diagram you can see the whole scenario, that AB, the value of the side AB is 40 mm, value of side BC is 30 mm. And as per given the forces along A to B, direction is also will be taken as per the condition given in the question, that 40 Newton, B to C 50 Newton and C to A as 30 Newton. We don't know here the angle theta between AC and AB. We can find the angle theta, or say we know that in the triangle ABC, if this angle is theta, angle CAB, then the opposite of this angle 30 mm, the side opposite to angle 30 mm will be perpendicular, and this will be the base, AB will be the base 40 mm and AC will be the hypotenuse along his side. And here applying the formula as sine theta, we know that sine theta is equal to perpendicular upon base, comes out to be 0.6. And we know that cos theta is equal to base upon perpendicular, which comes out to be 0.8, resolving all the forces horizontally. As you all know that this is not the only the condition of equilibrium. In equilibrium, if we find resolve all the horizontal component, that it will become equal to 0. And if we resolve all the forces vertically, then also it will become equal to 0. And that is the condition of equilibrium. Here we are not concerned with the equilibrium. Then too, here we can apply the summation of H and summation of V, but it will not come equal to 0. We will have some values of summation H and maybe summation of V. We will have some values. As here we know that summation H, taking the sign convention of all the forces horizontally as 40 mm right hand side force, if we take positive, then left hand force will be taken as negative. We don't know here angle theta, but we know the sine theta and cos theta. So applying the formula that 40 Newton will be right hand side plus minus 30, the 30 Newton will be making an angle 30 theta degree with horizontal. Therefore, its horizontal component will be 30 cos theta, and since it is acting left hand side, it will be taken as negative. And solving, we will get the value as 40 minus 30 sine cos of theta, that is 0.8 is equal to 16 Newton. So the forces, all forces will be having the horizontal component as 16 Newton, and since the value is positive, therefore right hand side, that is positive x direction. And now resolving all the forces vertically, that is along BC, we will get the value of some summation V, that is equal to 50. Here sign convention, if we are taking as 50 Newton upward as positive, that is towards positive y axis, the force upward will be taken as positive and then force downward will be taken as negative. So resolving the 30 Newton force, because 30 Newton force angle making an angle of theta degree with the horizontal, therefore its sine component or vertical component will be sine component, and since downward it is acting downward, therefore sine negative 30 sine theta. Sine theta value is 0.6. Therefore solving the whole part, we will get summation V as 32 Newton. Now we have converted all the system of forces into only two system of forces, that is horizontal portion and vertical portion. Means resolving all the forces in horizontally and vertically. Now all the forces are collapsed, but only two forces are now remaining, or say we have converted, resolved all the forces into two components, that is a horizontal component and vertical component. Now we can easily find the resultant of this, resultant of the forces, that is R is equal to summation of under root of summation of H square, that is F1 square plus F2 square, and the angle between both the forces, that is summation and summation, is 90 degree. Therefore cos theta cos 90 will be equal to 0. Therefore the resultant is equal to under root of 16 square plus and 32 square is equal to 35.8 Newton. This is the final value of the resultant. Now student, this is our last question, and here I will be adding one more part, that is we will be also finding the direction of the resultant. Up till now we have solved the result, find out the resultant, but we have not find out the direction of this, because direction of the resultant, because resultant will also make some direction with the any reference point. So let us take the example to another example, sixth question, that is a system of forces acting at the corners of a rectangular block as shown in the figure 2.4. Here you can see that there are no marking, but we can assume that maybe you can mark here that ABCD, the four corners of the rectangle as ABCD. And now on one of the sides there is a 25 kilonewton force right hand side, 50 kilonewton downward, 20 kilonewton left hand side, and 35 kilonewton also downward. So now here we can easily find the resultant, as we have now seen that first of all we will resolve the forces horizontally. The horizontal component will become here come as 25 minus 20, that is 5 kilonewton, and vertical component will be both downward. Therefore negative 50 minus plus of minus 20, 35, because both downward, therefore it comes out to minus 85. Here we can see that the resultant, if there are four conditions arising, if we find summation H and summation V. If both summation and summation V are positive, then definitely the resultant will be acting in first quadrant, that is between 0 and 90 degree. If summation H is negative and summation V is positive, therefore we definitely can say that the resultant will be acting in second quadrant, that is between 90 degree and 180 degree. If summation H is negative and summation V is also negative, then we can definitely say that the whole resultant system of forces converted into equivalent resultant will be acting in third quadrant, that is the angle between 180 degree and 270 degree. And the fourth condition will be that if summation H is positive and summation V is negative, then we can say that definitely that the resultant of the whole system of components will be acting in fourth quadrant, that is the angle between 270 and 360 degree. Here the resultant comes out to be 85.15, as we have seen in the previous question. You can solve easily finding the summation H and summation V and putting the summation H and summation V values in the resultant formula. Now here we will find the direction of the resultant force, that is angle theta between the resultant and on one of the axes, that is maybe positive x-axis or positive negative x-axis. The formula for tan theta is equal to summation V upon summation H, and summation V is minus 85 and summation V is plus 5, and it's dividing 85 by 5, it comes out to be 17. Sign is negative, and here the theta will be 86.6 degree. If you will find the value of theta here by calculator, if the tan theta is negative, the calculator will always give the value in or say second quadrant or say first quadrant. If the tan theta is positive, it will be giving the answer in first quadrant. If we assume the 17 as positive, then the theta will find in first quadrant as 86.6. But here I have already explained that summation is positive and summation V is negative. Therefore, the resultant will lie in fourth quadrant, that is 270 degree and between 270 to 360 degree. Therefore, the acute angle of the resultant force will be 360 degree minus 86.6 degree, which comes out to be 273.4 degree. Okay, thank you students, viewers, for watching my this third lecture. We will meet soon in my fourth lecture. If you have any queries, then in my next lecture I will be also providing my phone number to all of you. Thank you for watching.